Intentional, fearless,
selfless,
funny, hardworking, talented, successful, kind, crazy. All words that I would use to describe Hadley Miller. I had the privilege to get to grow up alongside my 3 Miller cousins. Although I love them all, Hadley was the one closest to me. She showed me the ropes of FFA. She made me get out of my shell at my first FFA dance in the 7th grade and go dance. She has a really special way of making everyone feel included. She showed me what it's like to be a successful and loved FFA member. And even though Uncle Red doesn't let anyone eat chicken in his house, his daughter sure is a heck of a poultry judger, not to mention a pretty salty livestock judger too. Hadley perfectly encompasses all the attributes of a great state officer, and I'm really sad that I'm not going to have anyone to go bug at judging contests anymore. But there's no doubt that she left it all out there her state officer year, and we all know that she's bound for greatness.
Intentional. From the moment I met Hadley, she made every effort to make me feel included and welcome. Though I initially thought she was interrogating me with all the oddly specific questions, I quickly realized she was just getting to know me. I think it's pretty safe to say we know each other pretty well at this point, but I guess endless random car rides and sharing a bed at a steer show will do that. Her authenticity and generous soul radiate in her every interaction. She chooses her words and thoughts carefully and consciously, especially when things get tough. She stays honest and true to who she is and what she believes. Above all else, she cares about the people around her. At the beginning of her year of service, I gave Hadley a very small compass and told her to stick to her intuition, her inner compass. I have learned and seen that Hadley Miller is someone who needs no reminder of who she is. Thank goodness she is undoubtedly, unapologetically herself, because I think a lot of us could agree our lives are so much better with her in it.
Hadley has never been scared to be herself. She wore her shoes on the wrong feet until she was 10. She destroyed her beautifully braided hair within seconds of hopping on the school bus every single day. And she even talked in a King Julian voice for most of her childhood, simply because she didn't want to be like everyone else. When Hadley dumped a mouse out of her boot, my brother, my mom, and I all jumped on the nearest surface while screaming bloody murder. But not Hadley. She just laughed at everyone else going crazy. When I found a bear in the barn and told Hadley to run, she just asked me why and kept on walking. The only thing that scares Hadley is not having enough fun. Sometimes we joke that Hadley isn't the thinker of the family, but the truth is the rest of us can't keep up with her. One day, I believe she's going to solve one of the world's most perplexing problems simply because she isn't afraid to try something that nobody else has ever thought of. Hadley, thank you for teaching us not to take life too seriously and to face our fears head on.
selfless, and a little bit insane. So Hadley's one flaw growing up was doing absolutely anything I say, no matter the consequence. While on the one hand, this was an amazing trait, and it was always nice having someone as your sidekick to go on adventures with and be your permanent accomplice. But on the other hand, it's probably not an amazing trait when you let your brother talk you into eating an entire can of Copenhagen at the age of 3.
Oh.
She's always been my partner growing up, whether we were working with show animals or conning my dad into letting us have a puppy we found in a box. We've cooked countless grilled cheeses together and even managed to move on from her marshmallow soup, which is just as horrible as it sounds. But needless to say, she has always been there for me, no matter how detrimental it was to herself. Hadley will always be my crazy little sister, but I'm extremely proud to have seen all of her accomplishments thus far.
We have always said that it is Hadley's world, and today we can tell that it's actually a pretty great place to be. I'm glad we stuck it out. We are proud to introduce to you our sister,
My cousin, my friend,
and your 2021-2022 State Vice President and District 2 President, Hadley Miller.